What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after Week 15 of our Los Angeles Crusaders franchise. Another win in the books for the Crusaders. Another dominant season. Last year we steamrolled through the league on our way to a, I believe, 15-1 record as well. However, we fell in the Super Bowl, and it was not good. You know, we're looking for redemption this year, and our team has come out swinging early on. But next up, we have a rematch with Tremaine Small, who was on our roster last year for the Super Bowl, didn't play, but, you know, he's definitely out for blood. We beat him in our first rematch since the trade, and you know he's going to be coming at us this time. We do have a few things to go over, though, and this is a lot of contracts that we are going to have to work out, and the funds is going to be an issue, and it might actually prevent us from bringing back some big names. Now, Khalil Mack was priority number one. Granted, Derek Carr is priority number two. He wasn't priority number one despite being a quarterback because, you know, he hasn't had a dominant season. I mean, obviously he's come on extremely strong as of late. Very, very strong as of late. But if you look at the stats overall for the season, not his best year, 28-18. And again, a lot of this was in recent weeks when he had that 5-touchdown game. I mean, that definitely helped out a whole lot. Obviously, the issue is, if we don't have him back, who do we go for at quarterback? You know, Matt Marmorosa, pretty good young player, but I don't know that I would trust him as a starter quite yet. Still has a tendency to throw some wild passes, and despite having really good speed, he fumbles the ball a lot, so running isn't necessarily a huge option. Granted, I need to slide more anyway, but you guys know what I mean. And then obviously we're going to need to bring our center back. You know, the running game has been the heart and soul for our team, as well as King. You know, King has been an all-pro punter for us, so a whole lot of options. Justin Tuck, we've been talking about every single year. I feel like I'm talking about letting him go, and every year we end up bringing him back. But you know what? It's time for the young bloods to get some minutes. So I think it's finally time to move on from Justin Tuck. And again, we've said this before and brought him back. But you know what? We have Femi Francois behind him. We just got a few rookie defensive ends that I'm pretty excited about. So I'm ready to move on from Justin Tuck. Derek Carr, though. Will we be able to make this happen with a low signing bonus? I mean, look, he's going to be asking for a lot of money. We have plenty of cap room. It's the funds that are an issue. And if I were to do this would leave me no funds at all for anybody else, pretty much. So I'm going to try to go down to 1.5 and then just overpay on the salary. Overpaying on the salary I can manage. Like, we have a lot of cap room. Oh my gosh. He's asking for so much money. Woo, do we think Derek Carr's a $15 million a year quarterback? I don't know that we do. Oh, man. But the funds aren't huge on this, so I would still have some funds to sign somebody else. And look at that cap room. We do have a lot of cap room. And we're always going to have cap room because of the whole funds glitchy system, which I still wish, that's my biggest concern with Madden 16, is I hope they fix that. This is a tough task, man. That's a lot of money for what Derek Carr's been giving us. That said, we are still competing. You know, we're having another great season. So obviously I don't want to lose him and then not have anybody to throw the ball to Keyston Mack. So we're offering him a little bit more. We're giving him a lot less bonus money. I'm nervous about that. We'll give it a shot. We will give it a shot. See what happens. And I'm not seeing anything. And I can't offer either of these guys contracts yet. Let's see what they're looking for. And I can't offer them a contract because that could put me in the negative if Derek Carr did indeed sign. Which there might be a little glitch where I can go check out the news and see if that's being reported. I mean, that's quite a bit of money for a punter. Obviously, but that being said, he is the best punter in the NFL. And then center, again, heart and soul of our offense has been running the ball. And he's going to want a big contract. So I'm starting to worry about our funds. And I knew this would be the season where funds could potentially come up to get us with both Khalil Mack and Derek Carr. Let's see. It doesn't really look like we're going to get anything from it. They're not reporting anything yet, so who knows? Now, if we look under transactions, is it going to show us, or do we actually have to wait till the next week? It looks like we're actually going to have to wait. And that's okay. I'm just nervous because, man, funds are becoming an issue, and we knew it. We knew this would be the season that it would really play a role. And it's starting to, man. It's most certainly starting to, and it might get to a point where we're not going to be able to bring back Derek Carr. I mean, if he's not going to sign for that, I don't know what we're going to do, because if I go too far in the negative funds-wise, all of a sudden, I'm done. I'm done as an owner, so it's something to keep an eye on, and it's a little twist that we're going to have to work around, and that's what I wanted. I knew that would be a case coming in, and it's a challenge, which is what I like. Weekly awards, let's check these out really fast. All right, Cam Newton, 33 of 43, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Freeman for the Giants, 15 tackles, 1 interception. Mosley, 12 tackles, 1 sack, 1 fumble forced. And Joe Flacco, 30 of 36, 355 yards, and 3 touchdowns. All right. We're coming up on the yearly awards. We'll check out the MVP race within the last few weeks, but I don't want to go through all the player races. We're just going to be doing that soon. But Chaz Jenkins, Peyton Manning's replacement, leading the way in the MVP race right now. The Broncos are 11-3, so despite us being, a really good record at 13-1, I mean, they can still catch up. Well, I guess they cannot, because we do have the tiebreaker on them, so we're good. But man, 2 of those losses came to us, so they're having a monster season. Derek Carr, 5th on the list. That's a very good case to bring him back, and that record's a huge part of it, obviously. But it's interesting to pay attention to nonetheless. And again, $12 million in funds. Now, we can go into the negative. We just can't go too far into the negative. And the thing is, we're going to have home playoff games, so as long as we can continue to advance, that's going to add a lot more money for us, a lot more revenue, which could help us bring these people back. So we're going to hold off on negotiating with anybody else right now and kind of see how that plays out, because I don't want to, promise them a whole lot of money that we might necessarily not have. But it's definitely interesting. It's coming down to the wire now, and we're going to have to keep an eye on funds and see who we can bring back. Now, we do have a game against Tremaine Small coming up. I'm excited. So to prepare for him, we're going to focus on some cornerbacks today. He had a pretty good game against us the last time we played him. Our team just happened to get the victory. The other thing I would like to do, we'll go with LeJean Knight. The other thing I would like to do really fast is increase the sliders. And I know people have said the sliders are fine, you have a really good team. And I agree. We definitely should have a winning record. But I want a challenge. And I'm cool with picking up victories. But the last few games, they've been really easy, guys. They've been really easy. I haven't been too concerned at any point. And it's mostly, I feel like the other team's offense is doing great now. That's a little bit more realistic. Granted, their completion percentage is very high. Their running average is extremely high. So all that's good. But I need to make it harder for me from their defensive perspective. So I'm going to increase things quite a bit here. And we'll see. I mean, this might be too much. That might be too much. We'll see. If that's too much, we'll adjust it back after the Chiefs game. But we have a few weeks before the playoffs to kind of get a good thing going. I just want it to be a little bit more difficult. That's all, guys. Again, I feel like the computer's offense has been doing great. I'm a little bit concerned about how their defense has been playing. Devin Golden and Kason Dobbs have just been destroying teams' hearts and souls. And then we have Derek Carr, who's my reads have been improving, luckily. But I still feel like it needs to be a little bit more difficult. I don't want to see the other team drop any more interceptions and stuff like that. If I make a bad throw, I want to be punished for it, So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. It helps me out quite a bit. And I will see you guys in the rematch with Tremaine Small here in Week 16. Later.